Hiya and welcome to Turner Scapes. This video is just a time lapse of the first aquarium that I aquascaped at the Aquah 2025 show on Saturday. So here goes. The idea of this aquarium was basically to create a simple aquascape for a beginner using epiphyte only plants. So with this one, I started off with just a gravel base, no aqua soil or anything like that. Then I placed the wood that I'd had selected from the wood that Gwyneth Aquatics had brought with them, and using dragonstone, I started getting the angles that I wanted to create the scape. So at this stage, all I'm doing is placing the rocks, trying to find a nice balance and a good look for how I imagine the plants to look once the tank is complete. So as you can see, I've pretty much settled on that as the scape. So now what I'm going to be doing is using a little bit of tissue paper and some liquid super glue and sticking the wood to the rock, just so that when the tank's flooded, it doesn't float. Whilst doing this, there were many people coming up and wanted to have a chat. So the process took a lot longer, but it was really enjoyable catching up with people that I've not seen for quite a while. Meeting some of the aquascapers that I had only ever seen on YouTube. A couple of them I'd messaged previously. Yeah, it was really enjoyable to talk and get to know people a lot better than what I did do. So now I'm starting the planting process. Dave, the inventor of the Habistacks, helped me prepare the plants. These plants here are Trident, Microsaur Trident, and most of them I was able to wedge into position, but some I did have to use some gel super glue, of which I was using moss super glue. Now this, I believe, is a Bartari, Anubias Bartari, the bigger leaf, and then the lower ones were Anubias Bartari coin. Again, trying to wedge most of them into position rather than using glue and potentially getting a bit of glue on the rhizome. These plants that I am now gluing to the wood are a couple of varieties of Busa philandra. I think I had the Thea Green, Thea Red, and what was it, Needle, something like that. Can't remember exactly. This is a great moment as well to thank Aquadip, who sponsored and supplied all the plants for the show. Fantastic quality, and a massive thank you once again to Aquadip for sponsoring another one of my scapes. Thank you. So as you can see, I was trying to fill the background, and now as well I'm removing the rocks that I'd put towards the front of the Aquascape so I could glue some epiphytes onto the rock just to bring that green forward from the main scape. I believe that the recording just jumped a little bit there because of various reasons doing this live. Following on from this, I'm going to be planting some monstera and peace lily in the back end of this aquarium. So to prepare the plants to go into the aquarium, I had to remove as much of the compost and soil from the root system that they were planted in, wash them off in a bucket, and then I was able even to just wedge them into the back of the wood. It was quite a nice piece to be able to wedge a lot of plants in. So once this settles in, the leaves will stand really tall, and it'll be a fantastic addition to Gwyneth Aquatics. Well, what can we call it? A little bit of a show wall with 2 aquariums that I've done, which is great. So as you can see now, the camera went out of focus. I must have knocked it whilst I was getting the hose ready to fill. I'm now going to be flooding the aquarium, and this took quite a while. I was using a bucket and a pump, but also as I was filling, the battery ran out on the camera, so I had to change that. And as the aquarium had got to about 50% full, MJ Aquascaping came along and says, "Are you sure that wood's not going to float?" Fantastic. So I was constantly tapping the wood, making sure that everything was stable. It really put me on edge. So that brings this build to an end. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was very different for me to film and to narrate over this video. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel, because there's another video coming soon similar to this, where I'm using the Aquatics unit and trying to make that disappear within a aquascape. Once again, thanks for watching and take care.